Okay, let's take a look at this worksheet. This is worksheet 4.4. Okay, and now we're going to do the front side first. So if you find this problem, this is number 1 on the worksheet, 3x equals 24. Now, when you're doing this worksheet, show all your work on the worksheet. Don't write them on a separate sheet of paper. There's enough room to show what you're doing to isolate your variable. Now, this is how your problems need to look. Okay, we take this problem here. What I want you to do is separate the equation into 2 sides. Okay, this is one side, this is another side. Okay, now we find our variable. Our variable is x. We want to get rid of the 3. Okay, well, we ask ourselves what is being done to the variable? The variable is being multiplied by 3. So we need to do the opposite operation, or the inverse operation, which is to divide by 3. So we show it with a fraction bar just like this. And you have enough room on that worksheet to show that. Okay, so then cross all your 3's, okay, and then write x equals, and then solve this correctly here, which would be 8. Okay, now remember, take your answer and try it up in the problem. 3 times 8 is 24. It should check out. You may use a calculator. Don't be lazy. Use the calculator to check your work, and there's no reason to really get any of them wrong, because you can check them up in the problem. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This one's a little different look. Okay, first step is the same. Okay, we separate the equation into 2 sides. Remember, the equal sign is what separates the equation. We find our variable, which is m. Ask yourself, what is being done to m? M is being divided by -5. Okay, the opposite operation is to times by -5. That will get rid of this -5. So show it just like this. Okay, times by -5, go over on this side, times by -5. Remember, whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do the exact same thing to the other side. In this case, we multiplied both sides by -5. Now these cancel. Okay, so now we're left with our variable m, and m equals -15 times -5. A negative times a negative, remember, is a positive. Okay, well, your calculator should help you with that also. So this comes out to positive 75. Okay, now take your answer and put it in here. 75 divided by -5, and you should get -15. Okay, here's another one. This is number 3, -4f equals 16. Same beginning. Divide your equation into 2 parts. Find your variable. Okay, what's being done to the variable? It's being multiplied by -4. Opposite operation is to divide by -4. That will get rid of this -4. But we got to do the same thing over on the other side. So on this side, we have to show it as well. Divide by -4. Make sure you're showing this on both sides, not just on one side. Okay, whatever you're doing on one side, you have to do the same thing on the other side, and I want you to show that. Now these cancel, so f equals 16 divided by -4, and that is -4. A positive divided by a negative is a negative, so make sure you get the negative sign with it. Okay, now check your work. -4 times -4 is positive 16. It checks out. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so I divide my equation into 2 parts. I find my variable. Okay, it's being divided by 2. Opposite operation is to multiply by 2. That will get rid of this 2. Okay, so I multiply by 2, go over here, and multiply by 2. All right, these cancel. So we're left with the variable u equals 12 times 2, which is 24. Okay, try it. 24 divided by 2 does equal 12. It works out. Okay, these are how these problems need to look now. Don't cut corners. Make sure your problems are looking like this also. Okay, number 5. Same first step. Divide our equation into 2 parts. Find your variable. It's being multiplied by -6. So to get rid of that -6, we have to do the opposite operation, which would be to divide by -6. Have to do it on both sides. All right, these cancel. A equals 6 divided by -6, which is -1. Okay, now you can try it in here. -1 times -6 does equal +6. All right, here's one that's a little different. Look, this is a S, not a 5. Okay, that's one of the problems of using S as a variable. Don't mix it up with the 5. Okay, but here we have our variable. S is being divided by -1. So we want to get rid of that -1. So we have to do the opposite operation, which is to times by -1. Over on this side, multiply by -1 as well. These cancel. S equals 10 times -1, which is -10. Once again, let's try it. -10 divided by -1 is +10. It does check out. Okay, now on the other side, if you take a look at 29, 30, 31, and 32, okay, I'm going to help you get those set up. Here they are. On number 29, it should be set up -6 times n. That's product. Product is multiplication. Is equals, okay? So when you see the word is, you can replace it with an equal sign. Is -54. So that's how you set up 29. Now you can go through the process of solving it by isolating your variable. Number 30, okay, the quotient, in this case here, so we know it's division, so n divided by 6, okay, is equal -14. So that's how you set up number 30, and then go ahead and solve for your variable. Okay, 31, a word problem here. It's going to be 12 times n equals 48, and that's how many reports they could give during that class period when you solve for n. On these word problems also, when you read them, make sure your answer makes sense. Okay, you can tell by the way the problem is written, how many reports could you give if they're 12-minute reports in a 48-minute class period. It should be a reasonable answer also. Okay, 32, 4 times p equals 36 on that problem. So that's how that one would be set up. On all 4 of these problems, you need to solve for your variable. So set them up like this, and then go ahead and isolate your variable, and you'll have it. This is something you should be able to get done in class. You got the entire class period. Show your work. Don't cut corners. Make sure you're showing work. They should look just like the ones that I did up on the projector here. Okay? Good luck. Take your time. Check your work. You should get them all right.